welcome to the weekly roundup, SA Footballer TV. I'm your host, Tommy Javor, and tonight I'm joined by the great man, the producer, Luke Hosey. Welcome, Luke.
Hello, TJ. How are you, mate?
Good, mate. Now, it's an interesting week this week, obviously, with Anzac Day Monday, a fantastic day, and lots of great clubs, but of course it means we're having to record on a Tuesday, and your Kim Hillard, Mick Emmett, and Trevor Gregg, and
they're
Paul
all
Manuel.
footy training.
Yeah, they're all footy training. So luckily I train just on a Thursday, mate. I've just tapered down my footy training this year. So
they have to get me for a cameo once last year, and hopefully only once this year.
So starting at Div 6 as we do every week, Luke, whereabouts are you plying your trade this year? Just for those playing at home?
Having a year off.
Okay.
First time in 21 years since retiring. So yeah, I started training, and that was before Christmas, and when that was at Williston.
Yep.
And right up till March, and I wasn't quite enjoying it as much as I'd hoped, and I didn't have a lot of time. We do a lot of work with a lot of sports now, not just football, and I just didn't have the time to be able to put in 3 and 4 nights a week. So it was, I think if you're not prepared to give 100%, it's best to,
Absolutely.
not do it. So.
Beautifully done, and of course we're right here in the Portland Hotel, heart of Port Adelaide City. Port Adelaide Cricket Club cap, probably now collector's item, is it? Let's not get into it too much.
I'm actually wearing it as a bit of a stance tonight towards the Sacco, and yeah, so yeah, fair bit's going on there, and a lot of people not too happy with the Sacco at the moment. So and I'm one.
Now, I'll just get that out there to show you. So thanks to all our great sponsors. Looking on to the game, starting in Division 6, of course, on this week's games. It was round 4, and only one panellist tipped this last week was myself. I said Tuning will be too great for Trinity, and it was. It was Mitchell Park, 12-13-85, just getting over the line, 11-11-77 there. Trinity, the longest drive in football, being too much for Trinity.
Yeah, Trinity at the start of the year, it was a fair bit of talk that they were going to do all right, and they're struggling a little bit, and probably didn't pick that one. I thought Trinity might have got up against Mitchell Park, but yeah, well done.
Yeah, well, it's crucial. It was a crucial game for both sides, of course. Both sides now 1 and 3, and yeah, well, every game's crucial, but it was probably maybe one that Trinity might have had penciled in, but it wasn't to be. We'll just go over the better players and goal kickers. So for Mitchell Park, perennial goal kicker Nathaniel McDonald with 4, Leck and Halm both with a brace, whilst on Trinity's side, Clark kicked 4, Hooker kicked 3, and a host of singles. Better players for Mitchell Park, it was Carr, Zach and Vanderbrink, with Nate McDonald sneaking in, and Peter Clark and Hall for Trinity, the better players there.
How about Cotto? Was he playing?
He is. I hate questions without notice. It doesn't look like his name there, mate.
Okay,
so
no, every time I see them when they seem to win, he normally has a fair influence over the game.
Yep, nice. Now, I reckon this one, I don't know, I reckon it's a bit of an upset. You look at ladder positions just quickly, and Woody South are 3 and 1, and Houghton are 2 and 2. But I actually thought Houghton, I went out on a limb and said they'd win this one, and they didn't. It was Woody South, 12 goals, 15-87, Houghton, 8 goals, 4-52. Goal kickers, Woody South, Clark, Zevacevic, and Matthews, Burns all kicked doubles, whilst Dankiewicz, Pearce and Gosling were their best players. On the Houghton District side, it was Dolan and Nathan Hall, the boy who used to watch childcare centre. Both kicked doubles, while Dave Keach, your mate, the Q-man,
yeah, the Q-man,
Dolan and Schulz were the better players. Nate Hall also squeezing in there. So disappointing result there for Houghton, but looks like Woody South probably found their mark. They've been floating down divisions, but I think they're going to stabilise in Div 6.
Yeah, no, I actually tip them. I know there's a few guys playing in the B grade who they are, and yeah, they got a bit of depth, and I thought that was around about the mark. Yeah, I think Houghton coming up a division, Woody South coming down. There's just a little bit of a gap there, just in class at the moment.
Speaking of gaps in class, just a small gap in class here. Probably dictated by the fact Mawson Lakes are now 2 and 2. Adelaide Lutheran yet to break the duck. It was Adelaide Lutheran at home 9-11-65. Mawson Lakes 14-10-94. And that one, look, that didn't surprise us. 2 of our co-hosts to come on later on this year, Mick and Kim, not having much luck there early on at Lutheran.
No, I'm doing an article this week on the those teams are on the rise and those who are in struggle town, and I know Adelaide Lutheran have lost their last 5, and so yeah, they're struggling a little bit. So yeah, hopefully
0-4 at this stage.
No, but I mean, they've lost their last 5 into last year as well.
Yep,
yeah,
fair enough.
So just do an article on who's played their last 5, you know. So.
Now let's just have a quick look for goal kickers for Lutheran. The only multiple goal scorer was Koenig with 3. That one amused me. Sorry, mate. I'm not going to...
I didn't quite get it.
No, fair enough. Borges, McFarlane and Koenig were the better players. For Mawson Lakes, great to see this young man. They call him the punter, Stewie Diver. Ivan Novosel with 8 goals for Mawson Lakes.
Yeah, I saw that.
Hasn't kicked a lot of goals in recent years, but it was a Centurion several years ago, maybe 2008 or 9ish.
Big fan of the Riddler when he was coaching out there.
Yep, he may have really brought the best out of young Ivan, another one that was, he was actually in the same childcare centre as Nathan Allwood down at St Martin's Primary School. A lot of good footballers came through St Martin's, myself included. Hayden was the only other multiple goal scorer. And we remiss me not to mention that also kicked a goal, both Ungs, along with Willis and Bennett. Delbridge, King and Kennett, Lockie Kennett were named best players. Novosel snuck into 4th with 8, so maybe a few Joe the Gooses there.
Yeah, they're going along all right. I don't think they can be a top 3 side, but I think they can certainly maybe get an elimination final spot.
Yep, which would be a lot better than last year. The next one was a one-sided Anzac Day clash, unfortunately, for Trinity. They went to Brahma Lodge and they were no match for the Lodge. It was a Lodge 23-23-161, Fitzroy 11-3-69. What's that, host? 46 scoring shots to 14. You're not going to win a game of footy, are you?
It's a fairly one-sided affair. Small oval out at Brahma Lodge. You can have shots from well inside the centre square there. The golf really comes on those small grounds when you have a lot of scoring shots, and that's a bit of a touch-up, isn't it?
Yes, and we see another Ocgenerate. That's right, Ocgenerate. Look for that in the thesaurus next year. Another player who kicked 8 goals. Ocgenerate. Tim Aloisi kicking 8 for the Lodge. Good to see him bounce back. Other multiples, all with 3. We had Cuzner, Nelson and Hickey with Savage and Steele kick 2. It's Dean Steele, isn't it?
He was. I think he won a medal a few years ago for
Salisbury West.
Yeah.
Yep. Better players for them. Chris Motley. It's the young fellow that was at Salisbury North that stole the coke.
And Salisbury North and Athelston and back to Salisbury North and now Brahma.
Yeah, Jake Spriggs, another one from Jets Cross. So they've done their recruiting well. Spriggs, Savage, Aloisi and Steele in the best players. Interesting to see Aloisi, again, also 4th best. So, I don't know, same as the other game. On the Fitzroy side, they deserve, Cotter deserves to mention for his 4 goals, while McKinnon, Marcus and Leake were all good. But not a lot of positives to come out of a 92-point loss.
No, Aloisi's a reason why I've seen him a few times, and he's quite clever, and he sucks out the back of contests, but just sit out the back, and his man goes into the contest and he sucks back out of the contest, and he's often found sitting there on his own and
doesn't mind getting on the end of the press if they play a press in Div 6. And our last one, obviously, we've got a lot of former Ingle Farm coaches, and this wasn't a pretty day at Ingle Farm. I think it was the 3rd of a triple header, was our game of the round, and I think West Croydon bumped into Matty McPherson a couple of weeks ago at the coaches course. They're looking good this year. Ingle Farm 4-11-35, West Croydon 14-17-101. For Ingle Farm, Matthews was the only multiple goal kicker, while Mount and Hancock, Zachy Hancock, has come through the C grade, so he's worked up to the A grade. He's done well. Whilst for West Croydon, and Darcy actually mentioned Cam McKinnon will be hard to stop. Well, he kicked 3. I mentioned Woodcock will probably jump over some packs. He kicked 2. Chaka Khan kicked 2, as did O'Toole and Davies. So a good spread there with Dickinson, Khan and Simons the better players. West Croydon certainly our pre-season favourite, and the only undefeated team currently on 4-0.
I thought they'd win, but I certainly didn't pick the margin. I thought it might have been 3 or 4 goals at best, and I don't think anyone would have saw that coming.
Yep. I think our top 3 for me, it's very early, very dangerous to predict things like this. West Croydon, Brahma Lodge, Ingle Farm, I think that's the top 3 that I'd be leaning towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
And our bottom 2, I think Fitzroy, Adelaide, Lutheran and my locked in bottom 2 as well.
I think those 2 are in a fair bit of strife and for a whole a year full of pain, I would have thought.
Yep. Just, do you want to take us through our... Okay, I'll do it. That doesn't make a lot of sense, that bit there.
Yeah.
Saying Luke Woodcock averages 25 goals per game. But the leading goal kicker, he'll love to hear his name, so well done Timmy Aloisi with 20, Cotter from Fitzroy with 16, Novosel also on 16, Nate McDonald on 14, and Kyle O'Toole on 13. So, nice set of results there. Let's fly into this week's games with a tip, please, Hose. It's Fitzroy and Woody South at Fitzroy Sports Club. Woody South sitting 4th, Fitzroy sitting 9th.
Woodville South by a fair bit.
You would think so. I couldn't agree. No point adding too much to that. Woody South too strong. Houghton Districts and Adelaide Lutheran. Houghton Districts showing reasonable form at 2-2. Adelaide Lutheran yet to break the duck. Can they do it?
At home on that idyllic little, beautiful little country ground up there at Houghton. Yep, they'll get the Choppies by about 7 or 8 goals.
Hopefully it's a nice sunny day so we get a good shine off the Q's head. Mawson Lakes and West Croydon. Mawson Lakes much improved, but West Croydon very much improved. It'll be too strong.
Yeah, as I said, Mawson Lakes will finish maybe in that elimination final spot, but that's a fair way off where West Croydon are going to be.
And the battle of the two clubs that bore the crap out of me on the internet, Ingle Farm and Mitchell Park. So I'm just kidding. No, I love what you write. It's all good stuff. I'll take Ingle Farm to bounce back against Mitchell Park, who I think will find the going a bit tough this year at times.
Yeah, I think I'd put Mitchell Park with Mawson Lakes in that possible elimination final, but yeah, those top three may be a little bit too hot to handle at the moment. So, yeah, Ingle Farm.
I agree, and in these conditions as well. Yeah, Mitchell Park got on the first win, but I think we'll probably come back to reality. And that first win was over Trinity, who host Brahma Lodge this week, and I'd say it's not that far from Brahma Lodge to Trinity. The drive won't do them any hassles, and it'll be a big day out for Brahma at Trinity.
Yeah, you wonder when Trinity are going to fire though. I mean, yeah, they don't look that bad. If they get Cotter back, who knows? But you know, certainly on form, you'd have to take Brahma. So.
And we agreed on all of them, and that's a bit unusual. Thanks for watching the Div 6 Weekly Roundup. We'll be back next week.
See you later.